Good evening, Himanshu sir. Are you there? Am I audible to you, sir? Hello.
Suraj sir, Himanshu sir is not on the line. I hope he might be joining within 2 minutes. Let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good
But
evening,
everything
Radhika
is
ma'am. Very good evening.
good evening, sir. It's everything is visible because
Okay,
PPT
ma'am.
has.
And I'm audible also. No.
Yes, yes, you are audible too.
Okay. So when you will give me the permission, we will go forward, right, ma'am?
Sure, sir. I'll give you. Just I waited the two.
Oh,
Let
right,
it be
ma'am.
little
Okay.
little
Okay.
more. So yes, sir. We can start now. Good afternoon,
Okay. Thank you,
everybody.
ma'am. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the entire Aryavata School Complex Executive Committee members and on behalf of the entire participants, I welcome the renowned Surajit sir on this evening. He's going to train us. He's going to give more lights on our about the latest topic on that. That is topic is the sir. Your topic is not visible.
Today, I will show this. I will show it, ma'am.
Okay. So it's a request to each one of you, kindly mute yourself. And whenever you feel that at the end of the session, you've got so many questions arise in your mind, kindly write it in the chat box so that Surajit sir can answer it and solve all those issues. At the same time, one more thing is that the moment we will post the attendance link, kindly do it within 10 minutes of time. There is some few quiz also there, so your attention from the very beginning is required to answer it, and that's the thing Surajit sir also expecting from our side. Once again, on behalf of the entire Aryavata Sahodev School Complex members and especially the training coordinators, Dr. Himanshu Pandey sir and Deputy Coordinator Symbol ma'am, and none other than my guru and all the founder chairman of the Dr. C.B. Singh also. On behalf of them, I welcome you all on this evening. STEM, that's latest topic. I told you that it's going to be that seminar going to held in that workshop is going to held in Patna only. So he is going to give throw light on this more to us and how we can take up this introduce in that teaching learning process in the classroom. Over to Surajit sir.
Okay, once again, thank you, Radhika ma'am, for that wonderful opening of yours. Fantastic way you have started. So, good evening to Radhika ma'am, good evening to Himanshu sir, good evening to Simple ma'am, good evening to all the principals, vice principals, headmasters, and the learned teachers who are present today in this particular platform for yet one more discussion on our learning process. Let us learn us something different, something more, something new. I'll not say exactly new. Many of you are well accustomed to STEM, but well, then the way the things are nowadays been dealt well, to many of us it seems to be something new. But to be very honest with you, there is nothing new about it. Okay, you all are using STEM in some way or other in your classrooms, in your day-to-day life, in your learning, in your understanding, in your discussions. It is there. But yes, we are focusing on it in a different way. We are focusing on STEM in a different way so that we can get more and more achievement through STEM. And as you know, this year CBSE has made the training theme. The theme of this year's CBSE's training is on STEM. And of course, as Madam just now has said, that the annual teachers conference, which will be held in Patna in the month of September, will also be totally based on STEM. Lot of discussions are going across the country with STEM, especially the CBSE schools across all across the country. In each and every district, we are conducting some sort of STEM related sessions, STEM related discussions. And it is also said that from each and every district, two best STEM related work will go to the regional offices. From there, they will go to the headquarters for selection, and then finally, maybe a handful of people, handful of teachers will get the opportunity to showcase their STEM literacy, STEM related matters, and all. So it all works in a very good way. It all works in a in the very best possible way to make sure that the quality of learning, quality of understanding, quality of formulating the learning process goes on in the very smooth way, so that children become more and more informed, students become more and more informed. But is it only necessary for the students to be informed? What about the others? And this is where we start with this particular program called STEM Literate Society. When you talk about society, then we talk about everybody who are with us. We talk about our parents, our friends, our teachers, our relatives, people who are associated, our friend, our acquaintance, even the community itself. Also, the people in the community, whether it is a shopkeeper, whether it's a barber, whether it's a cobbler, whoever, whether it's a farmer, when you talk about society, all these people come into the mainstream. They all come under the umbrella which we call as society. So whenever we study, whenever we try to bring out something new, something different, something, it should also be exposed towards the society should know, the society should be literate about it. Then only the very value of that particular education, of that particular learning, will take place. I'll give you one simple example of how we make things, how people become literate. Now, over here, let me make one thing very clear. Literate doesn't mean that one has to be a very learned person, should have a lot of ideas and lot of knowledge with enough wisdom and all this. It's not like that. When you talk about literate, we talk about at least the basic ideas should be there with people. The basic ideas should be there. If the basic ideas are there, where one can easily differentiate the good and the bad, the haves and the have-nots, then one becomes literate. And that is what type of society we all look for. I'll give you one small example of how things become, how the learning went on to become something very established, and how people become literate in the society with different types of learnings. Let's say, for example, the best people, the people who can do the best calculation, or the best people who can do real good calculations, are our mothers in the house. Our mothers are the best calculators. With minutes and seconds, without using any type of mathematical devices or instruments, but by simply knowing the basic formula, they can calculate anything at any given period of time, and which turns out to be very productive. Now our mothers know exactly how much rice is required in a day in order to feed the family, how much vegetables is required, in which way they should be cut, how much cooking gas or any type of fuel is used to make sure that we get the best result of it. So they know exactly what to put, how to put, and how to get the result out of that. So that is where the literacy words comes. That is where the people become literate. Our mothers are very much well literate with mathematics in that sense. It's not necessary that they have to get a mathematics certificate for it. Or say, for example, our fathers know very well exactly what should be done in order to make sure that the family runs in a proper way. So in the same way, when we talk about something, people should be made literate about it. People should know about it. They should get ideas about it, and then only we can build a community which will be ready to take the challenges of the new ways of learning. Respected teachers, just see this. I'll show you this. The next slide. if you see, you can see some photos over here. Okay, we can see a mixture cum grinder, which is almost used every day in each and every household. Okay, each and every house in the kitchen, we have this mixture cum grinder. Okay, the sickle, one of the oldest instrument being used by human beings, being used by human beings to do some of the toughest, to make some of the toughest work simple and viable to use it. Or let's see the, or you can see these baskets, the bamboo baskets, which are supposed to be excellent work of art. Huge artistic work is associated with it, but not only artistic work, huge work, great work of calculation, understanding, patience is associated with it in order to make these baskets. Or if you see that rubber stamp over there, you can see one side we have two rubber stamps. Uh, these rubber stamps are again used in each and every place where there is some sort of work goes on, where dealings goes on, where work goes on, where systematic work goes on, where authentication is required. We use these rubber stamps. But one thing you'll find common among all these things is that if we give a deep thought to it, STEM is associated with it. STEM is associated with it. This mixture cum grinder that we have is actually a combination of science, engineering, mathematics, and technology. How much you have to give, how much, suppose if you want to make a fruit juice, how much fruits, how much cut out fruits you have to give over there, you have to put inside one of those grinders to get the best juice out of it. How much electricity should work on it, in which way the machine should be turned on and off to make sure we get maximum output. What type of work we will be doing? There are different types of jugs or something like that over there where the work can be done. So this is a big example of STEM. I will go more deeper into it, then I will understand it much better. Or let's take the sickle. The sickle is used by whom? By the farmers. During the crop season, when the crop has ripened, we have ripe crop and the crop has ripened, and it is the time for the farmer to cut the crop and bring it back into their farms to make sure that they get the required amount of paddy or wheat or whatever it is. Now this sickle, see the shape of the sickle, see the edges of the sickle, and the farmer knows exactly how to hold that sickle, at which angle he should apply the sickle on the crop plant to make sure that he can cut the crop plant smoothly without any problem here and there. This sickle, the usage of this sickle, the result that we get out of this sickle is actually STEM related work. The very basics, it is STEM related work. Over here again, science is applied. Over here again, technology is applied. Over here again, mathematics is applied. Then only we get out. Or the same way, if you look at these baskets, which are made from bamboo. Now, those artisans who make these bamboos, the opposite way I'm saying, who make these bamboo baskets, they also have excellent patience, unique calculative powers. They know exactly how much thick or thin the bamboo has to be cut, the slices has to be cut out from there, so that they can weave out this beautiful basket. Or say, if you see the rubber stamp, at what angle the rubber stamp should be used, in which position it should be used to get the best impression out of it, everything is actually STEM over here. The thing is that STEM, if you take it in this way, if you take it as in that particular, then STEM or application of STEM or usage of STEM is there since time immemorial. Only thing is that we recognize them much later, and that's why we need to tell the people out there, we need to tell the world about STEM, we need to discuss about STEM, because this is something that's going to stay with us for a long period of time. Let's move a little forward. What exactly is STEM? We are talking about so much about STEM and all. By the way, respected teachers, I'll tell you one more thing. How STEM came into being. How STEM came in. This I will tell you before I go deep into it. Well, there are a lot of answers. There are a lot of people have a lot of answers. There are different school of thoughts. We talk about STEM in different ways. But one school of thought, one thought which is worldwide accepted, is it's something like this. They say that after the World War II, the U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, he called some of the top-notch scientists, teachers, educators, educationalists, entrepreneurs, and he said that during the wartime, he said something like this: during the wartime, secretly we developed a lot of scientific things. We used science left and right, and we used science for destruction, for war. Now let's think something for peace. Let's think something for the development of mankind. Let's think for something to do good for human beings. Why don't you apply your science? Why don't you apply your technology, your engineering, your mathematics in that way, so that the society develops? समाज में बदलाव लाना चाहिए. समाज में कैसे इसको use किया जाए? And that was somewhere in 1944. And people, all those great people, they started working with science, with technology, with mathematics, to give the best to the world. You can say, and this is the widely accepted idea about this, the starting of STEM, although different people have, some other school of thoughts have different ideas. Even I remember 10 to 12 years ago, I was invited by a friend of mine in Calcutta University to attend a workshop on STEM. So 10 years ago, now maybe 2015 or 14, I went to Calcutta University with a friend of mine who was also doing some work on STEM at that particular time, and he took me to that particular workshop. And some of the teachers, professors from various reputed colleges of around Kolkata, they came and they gave us a very good workshop on how to use STEM. But after that, okay, as things again went out of mind. So this is more or less how STEM is been working. But let us see what exactly is STEM. Let us see what exactly is STEM. Let us try to understand this STEM. Now, STEM education grows out of the idea that boundaries between science, technology, engineering, and maths are permeable. Absolutely correct. STEM education grows out of the idea that boundaries between science, technology, engineering, and mathematics are permeable. Permeable means one is interlinked with another in a different. One can move from one side to another side, thereby helping each other, thereby taking the help of each other. Science can move deep inside technology. Technology can move deep inside permeable. That's why this word permeable is. So is mathematics. So each one is interlinked with one another, and there the idea of STEM comes because of this interlink. Okay, so STEM education grows out of the idea that the boundaries between science, technology, mathematics, and engineering are permeable. They can quickly, easily mix with each other, you can say. Okay, let's see the next point what we have over here. Moreover, it asserts that its four disciplines are interdependent. Okay, STEM also says, as because they can mix with each other, they can cross the boundaries of each other without any hindrance, then obviously they are interdependent on each other also. Mathematics is dependent on science, science is dependent on technology, technology is dependent on the, engineering, and so on and so forth. So this depending, interdepending, this is a continuous phase which moves in a cycle. So obviously, this is how again STEM goes on. It is interdependent. That is also one of the definitions of STEM, one of the ways of going with STEM. By endeavoring to blend science, technology, engineering, and maths in its approach. What is the next thing? By blending. Blending means again mixing. We say no that different types of tea leaves, when they are blended together, we get a beautiful tea with a great aroma and a taste and so on. So like the science, engineering, technology, and mathematics, in their very approach, they can be well blended. They can be well blended together. That is the beauty of these streams. And when they blend together well, then wonders are bound to happen. And that's what has been happening ever since man came to know about science. Just imagine that particular day when those two stone age people were sitting and they were playing with those stones, and they were just hitting each other, the stones, they were just, and suddenly fire came out of that. Okay, and that's what they say was the first very invention of fire, and the starting of science came at that particular way. And then from that, because of those dry leaves there, which were lying over there, that it caught the fire and fire came, and that feeling of a little bit of high temperature made man move little bit here and there. And then they were eating some food substance or something like that, and because of that fire, that sweat of that stone age man's sweat fell on the food, and the taste became much better than that was previously done. So all these things are actually what, this is how science came into being. This is the culture of science. This is what you can say intermingling of science, what we call as intermingling of different aspects of science. STEM education seeks to create, and what else does it do? STEM education seeks to create 21st century learning opportunities and skill development for all students. So, with the help of STEM, we are able to create the 21st century learning opportunities and the skill development. Well, if you look into NEP 2020, where it has clearly mentioned that the new system of education in our country and in different countries will move focusing or targeting or tunnel focusing directly into 21st century learning. In fact, the very idea of creating NEP 2020 is to make sure that it is available to the 21st century learners, because 21st century learners are quite different from the previous century learners. And it's normal, it's normal, it goes in that way. Change is the way of life, so things goes on changing, learning goes on changing, understanding goes on changing, keeping the very basics of course with intact, but the, the approach is always different. So STEM education seeks to create 21st century learning opportunities and skill development for all students. But let me tell you once again, the respected teachers, again, this STEM is, don't take it that it is something absolutely new or something. Approach is new. Okay. Implementation of the learning system through STEM is new. But don't think it is new. It is very new. It is a classical one. It's a classical one which has been there for a long, long period of time. Only thing is that the approach is now different. Otherwise, okay, even 100 years ago, I will always say STEM was very much there, but maybe not in that way as we are demonstrating them today. What is STEM literacy then? This is what we have studied. Just now we came to know about what is STEM. Okay, it's a combination of this, it's a joining of the science, technology, and all. What is STEM literacy? Now, STEM, as you know, it is science, technology, engineering, mathematics. STEM literacy, ability to apply STEM concepts to real life. Yes, that is STEM literacy. That's why, if I again go back a little bit over here to this particular photograph, why I showed this particular photograph, it is the ability to accept and implement STEM in our day-to-day life activities. That is what STEM literacy is all about. Say, for example, the farmer using that, which I talked in the beginning also, the farmer who is using the sickle to cut the crop is actually a STEM literate person, but in a crude way, not in a refined way, because he has no idea about it. Or the person making those bamboo baskets. Okay, so let's go a little forward. Let's go a little forward once again. So STEM literacy, ability to apply STEM concepts in real life, and this is what we need to do in order to make STEM popular, in order to make STEM grow, in order to make it grow both horizontally and vertically. The concepts of STEM should be applied in real life. Prepares people for innovation, critical thinking, and global challenges. Yes. So once the literacy is there, once that idea is there, then what will happen? You know what will happen? Then those who are very serious about STEM, those who will apply their heart and soul into the matter of STEM, will always go for different types of innovation. Think about the cell phone of 15 years ago and still think about the cell phone of today. And they are saying that this Tesla phone, which is coming, which is already there, it even doesn't need any type of connections or anything like that. That's what I have heard. I'm not very sure about it. Okay. Like we are using the SIM cards and all, the Tesla phone, they're saying no SIM card is required. Directly from the through the help of the satellite, it will become that no need of any connections or anything like that. So what is this? The ability to challenge the things, to think in a different, to make life more beautiful by the help of science, and that can only come through innovation and through critical thinking. Critical thinking means thinking it more logically and more realistically to make things happen in a much better way. I'm talking about that sickle. I was talking about that sickle by the help of which the farmer used to cut or even till day is cutting the crop. But have you ever seen that combined machine? I think many of you have seen that combined machine. That is one of the marvels of scientific innovation where again STEM is applied. Technology is very much applied over there, mathematics, and that machine, it will do everything. That machine cuts the crop, it separates the hay from the crop, it removes the unnecessary things from the crop and packs the crops in sacks and make them ready. So this is how STEM develops. This is how STEM literacy develops. Okay, ability to apply the STEM concept, the concepts of science, the in technology, engineering, and mathematics, and so on. And in order to make it more popular, people should be made literate about it. They should know. The society should know about it. Then only the things will go in the right way. Otherwise, they will become stagnant, and maybe one fine day we will just say that once upon a time this was like this. So that's why, in order to avoid that, we must use it in the best possible way. Why STEM literacy matters? What's the big deal about it? Just now I was talking, okay, it will create innovation, it will give us new ideas, new inventions and discoveries will take place, life will become much better, and so on and so forth. But why it matters? Definitely, see, in order to run the world, in order to make society grow and develop and, and bloom with everything, innovation is needed, and with innovation, economic growth will be also there. Without economic growth, no nation will develop. The countries which have very, very, very less economic growth, you can see those countries are almost dying. They are almost on the verge of getting finished. So that's why STEM literacy, literacy in any form, I'll say, literacy in any form is important. It matters because it drives innovation. It lets people go think beyond the thinking capacity also. Sometimes they say no. People just go on thinking and doing things, and that will definitely lead to economic growth. Somewhere I read, okay, that the LG company, the LG, company manufacturing that electronics company, they are coming out with a refrigerator, with a very highly sensitized refrigerator. In that refrigerator, you don't have to bother about anything of your day-to-day activities or day-to-day materials that you need in your house to keep in the refrigerator. You don't have to bother because that refrigerator is being made in such a way that it will collect information from itself when the things are almost on the verge of getting finished. Suppose if there is no milk in the refrigerator, if there is no vegetables in the refrigerator, no fruits are there, no butter, no ghee, nothing is there, or their volume is getting less, it will inform to the concerned shops or the shopping malls by which that refrigerator is connected. Okay, they are internet, through internet or maybe through satellite will get connected, and that organization will get the idea that okay, this but that Radhika ma'am's fridge is having less amount of butter, less number of eggs, vegetables, and all. So those things should go into the refrigerator. So the people will automatically come and give it into the and supply it into our house, and it will be automatically put inside the refrigerator. And Radhika ma'am doesn't even have to bother about paying money because the information will directly go to the bank that this much of money is been this much of things have been paid, has been given to Radhika ma'am. So this is our bill, and this bill needs to, and the bank people will automatically pay it to the shops and all. So Radhika ma'am will not bother about anything. She will simply go home and have our food and everything and enjoy the ice cream that is available in the refrigerator. It's happening in this way. I'm telling you, respected teachers, it's going on in this way. Things are happening in this. Just imagine. Yes, a lot of things are going in this way. Solves real world problems. With the help of STEM, the real world problems on health, problems on climate, energy, it will get solved. And the way, the way these chemotherapeutic agents are being used or being created, they are doing wonders to the world of health. There was, I'll tell you one more story. There used to be a time when people used to talk about antibiotics getting resistant. You have heard, no, very common saying. I'm not an expert in all these things, but whatever little bit I have idea I have got, I'm just sharing them with you. There was a time, some 10 years ago, people used to say antibiotic, or 10 or 15 years ago, let's take it 15, let's go a little bit. 50 people used to say, okay, this particular antibiotic has become resistant and it will not work in this particular person anymore because the germs which are present in that particular unit, they have understood the mode of action of the antibiotic and they can now block that antibiotic from working, and thus the infections will not be created. Then the scientists came out with chemotherapeutic agents, which also we call antibiotics to a certain extent. Chemotherapeutic agents mean the made up of chemicals, and they are created in such a way that every time a bacteria or a virus or a fungus will change its character. The qualities, the special elements which are present in this chemotherapy, they will break that changing effect, and the antibiotic will never become resistant. Some of the and chemotherapeutic, better to say chemotherapeutic agents, they are not antibiotics nowadays, they are called as chemotherapy. Say ciprofloxacin, in fact it started with norfloxacin, that's what they say. Norfloxacin, ciprofloxacin, pfloxacin, and gatifloxacin, so many other, I don't remember them because I'm not an expert in that, but they said that they have been manufactured in such a way, no, that the question of resistance will move away. Now, this is the work of STEM, Definitely, what it used to be 10 years ago, the way people used to suffer, now they don't have to, they don't suffer in that way. Infections and diseases gets cured quickly. So is the climate. So is the source of energy that is used. Entire France runs on nuclear energy. Yeah, I think all of you know this. Again, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is applied. And it's a very cheap source of energy. The electricity in France, the factories, railway system, everything runs on nuclear energy. Of course, they have to take a lot of precautions because nuclear energy is something very dangerous. If it goes out of hand little bit here and there, then the entire country can be demolished. But then, that is again where the good work of innovation is going on to make sure that the energy is controlled, the system is controlled in the best possible way. Prepares youth for the 21st century careers. Yes, new careers are now coming. One of the new careers which is now becoming very popular is, of course, the artificial intelligence career with artificial intelligence. AI is being used everywhere, and a lot of other things related to the digital world. Even some of the things that we are teaching our students right now may become obsolete by the time they will finish off their courses. So STEM literacy helps the youth, it prepares the youth for the 21st century careers. New careers are coming. In data science, a lot of careers are coming. Coding, a fantastic careers are coming in coding, in AI, artificial intelligence. Even in the manufacturing world also, careers which are coming, which we never even thought of. The nanotechnology is used such widely, which we never even thought are nowadays the new careers. That's why STEM literacy matters. So people should be made aware of. Encourage informed decision making. It encourages informed decision making. See, the more ideas you will get, respected teachers, Once you are informed, once you have the great good information with you, good knowledge with you, then what will happen? You can make decisions properly. You get a variety of you don't have to live in a limited world. You will get the freedom of making your decisions and thereby creating the best out of those decisions. So that is why STEM literacy matters. That's why we need to create a STEM literate world. Let's move a little forward and see what else we have. Now, key foundations for a STEM literate society. In order to make a society which is STEM literate, some of the base work we need, some of the basic ground level work we need to, some of the basic work we need to do, right from the very start, because that's how things will develop. Otherwise, if the foundation is not strong, then everything will crumble down like a castle in the air. So first of all, quality STEM education from early years. And here I will tell you, many of you may not agree with me, but this is my personal view. I may be wrong also. STEM education can start right from nursery class, I can tell you. You may ask, sir, how? Science to a 3.5-year-old child, we can go and talk about it, about science, technology, what that brain will understand. Okay, we will talk about STEM according to their age, according to their understanding. If you ask a student of nursery, that's show me a big box and a small box. And if you have taught the child about the difference between the big and small, which is generally taught in the house itself, he or she can easily differentiate that. That is understanding. That is calculating. He knows, okay, this is a big one. This takes more space. This is a smaller one. It takes less space. So that is where the calculation of mathematics will arrive. If you tell an LKG student to push a heavy chair, you will find it takes some time to put it. The child will able to push the chair, and he will push the chair after giving lot of effort. There he understands that force is required. And sometimes he can again pull or push and by pulling becomes more easy than pushing, or pushing becomes more easy than pulling, whichever way they take it. So that is where the early learnings of technologies takes place. And as we will go, as the children will go from junior section to senior section, step by step, the learning will also increase. Their brain taking capacity will increase, brain retention capacity will increase, understanding will increase, the linguistic level will develop, and according to that, the quality of STEM education will also develop. But we have to start right from the early years to create that scientific temperament, or the STEM temperament. Put them into the world of thinking, world of believing, world of doing, and automatically things will start. And it is happening in this way. We may not notice it, but it happens in this way, respected teachers. If you really put your heart and soul into your classrooms, and if you go over there and see the things, they are happening in this way. ऐसे ही होता है. बच्चे समझ जाते हैं क्या बड़ा है, क्या छोटा है, कौन भारी है, कौन हल्का है, क्या सीधा है, क्या टेढ़ा है. यही तो है साइंस. Hands-on inquiry-based learning. We have to again engage our children on inquiry-based. Let us create a classroom where curiosity will develop. मजबूर कीजिए बच्चे को सोचने के लिए और क्वेश्चन करने के लिए, इंक्वायरी करना, क्यों ये होता है, why this is it, why iron is so hard and zinc is not that much in that case. Why a zinc wire can be easily broken, but it takes some time for the iron wire to break. Why stainless steel is so shiny and why iron is not so shiny? Because with stainless steel, something else is mixed, chromium is mixed, that's why that shininess comes. And children do ask these types of questions, and this is where the learning will take place. No? एसिड भी पानी जैसा दिखता है और पानी तो पानी जैसा दिखता है, तो फिर एसिड का ऐसा स्मेल क्यों आता है, पानी का वैसा क्यों नहीं आता है? और हम कैसे डिफरेंशिएट कर लेंगे? अगर हमको एक ग्लास एसिड और एक ग्लास पानी पीने दे गया तो हम कैसे? बिकॉज द स्मेल ऑफ द एसिड इज दैट नीड्स टू बी टॉट टू द चिल्ड्रन. The smell, from the acid a smell will come out. बेसिक साइंस ये है, कोई रॉकेट साइंस का जरूरत नहीं पड़ता है, कॉन्सेप्ट को जानने पड़ता है. एंड देन वी कैन टेल, ओके, यू नो, इन एसिड्स द concentration of hydrogen ions are much more, जब थोड़ा हायर लेवल में स्टडी होगा. दैट्स व्हाई they have this type of a reactive nature as compared to water, जिसको हम pH लेवल बोलते हैं. So inquiry based learning will create foundation for STEM. Equitable access for all learners, हर बच्चे को, सिर्फ बच्चे नहीं, जो भी शिक्षा लेना चाहता है, चाहे वो बच्चे हो चाहे वो बड़े हो, equitable learning access to all the learners. Everybody should get the opportunity to learn in equitable ways. बराबर मिलना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं कि ओके, दीज आर द ब्रिलियंट स्टूडेंट्स सो दे विल गेट एक्सेस टू दिस लर्निंग एंड दीज आर द स्लो लर्नर्स, जो कोचिंग सेंटर में होता है उसको ऐसा लर्निंग करके बस किसी तरह खत्म करो. नो, लेट अस गिव देम द अपॉर्चुनिटी, लेट अस नॉट गो इनटू एनी फॉर्म ऑफ जजमेंट. हम कौन है जज करने के लिए? हाँ, क्या हम जज है जो जज करें? आई एम नॉट अ जज, आई एम अ फैसिलिटेटर ऑफ एजुकेशन. मुझे प्रोवाइड करना है वो सारे चीज जो जो बच्चे को, आई मीन सिर्फ बच्चे नहीं, किसी को भी, हाँ, पढ़ने के लिए हेल्प करेंगे, जानने के लिए. हम तो बोलेंगे जानने के लिए. इट्स मोर अबाउट नोइंग रादर देन लर्निंग. स्ट्रॉन्ग इंडस्ट्रियल एकेडमिक पार्टनरशिप. कोई भी समाज को अगर तैयार करना, कोई सोसाइटी को अगर, तो एकेडमिक वर्ल्ड एज वेल एज इंडस्ट्रियल वर्ल्ड, दोनों को बराबर आना चाहिए, दोनों को हाथ मिलाना चाहिए, तब जाके. और वो होता है, हमारा देश में है, नॉट ओनली इन आवर कंट्री, इन फॉरेन कंट्रीज आल्सो इट इज देयर. इन आवर कंट्री यू विल सी द टाटास, द बिरलास, सेल, all the big all the big industry houses, they are collaborating with the academic people to make sure that they contribute to the learning, because they know that today the learners from here will come to the industry tomorrow to work. So that understanding, that partnership, that augmentation with each other works. So that is also a very strong academic and industry partnership. That's why the Tatas have direct link with the IITs, and Tatas themselves, they have their own school, colleges and universities. The Tata Institute of Fundamental Research or Social Welfare and Fundamental Research, in Bombay they have this, and the hospitals they are making, which have direct link with the medical colleges. Community and parental involvement. NEP 2020 talks much about community involvement and parental involvement. If the parents and the general community is not brought into the mainstream of the academic world, then a society will never become a literate society, in whichever way you want to do it. So let us bring the community. How will we bring the community? Okay, the people in the community who are extraordinary people, who have certain unique qualities, let us bring them into the forefold of our school. Let us bring them into our schools. Let us arrange meetings with our children, with these people. There may be a very good artist in your society, in your area, around the periphery of your school, or there may be a very good doctor who knows much better about medicine and life than a normal person, or there can be a very good guitarist, a very good singer, an artist, and we can utilize their expertise. We can utilize their expertise for the development of our children, for the development of learning, for the development of the schools. A wonderful culture will get created. Respected teachers, I'll tell you, it happens in this way. ऐसे ही समाज बढ़ता है, और आप करते भी हैं, हम सब करते भी हैं. And parental involved, we cannot keep the parents in at the bay, saying that no, they don't know anything, whatever we will discuss, that is full and final. No, let us tell the parents. Many parents may not know, many learned parents are that they may not know exactly what is STEM, but once we talk to them about STEM, they will understand. Oh, अच्छा ऐसा, हाँ ये तो होता है. सही बोले आप, ऐसे ही तो हम लोग भी घर में काम करते हैं, ऐसा ऑफिस में भी तो हम लोग कर रहे हैं, इसको मिला के उसके साथ जोड़ के, इसका साथ कोलैबोरेट करके, and they will understand, and that is how then only the society will become literate. No, So community and parental involvement is very, very important in order to develop any type of literate society. Role of schools and educators, what as a school, what we can do, as educators, what we can do. Professional development in STEM for teachers. आज ही बातचीत हो रहा थोड़ा बहुत, थोड़ा तो कुछ तो हम जान पाए हैं आज स्टेम के बारे में. तो दिस टाइप ऑफ प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट कोर्सेज, सेशंस, वर्कशॉप्स, सेमिनार्स, अंडरस्टैंडिंग्स, डिस्कशंस, simulations should be conducted time to time by the schools and the educators, and they should all join hands with each other to make the teachers professionally developed so that they can use their work, their learnings for the students. And that's why CBSE this year has taken the theme as STEM, real life application of STEM topics. That mixture cum grinder is a STEM topic. That manufacturing of those baskets is a STEM topic. The usage of the sickle is a STEM topic. Even using the pen, the students are using the pens, the pencils, the rubbers, I mean the erasers, the books, the notebook, everything is science, everything is STEM. We are applying technology, engineering, mathematics in various ways and means. So that we have to discuss. Encourage creativity and problem solving. Let us develop that quality of creativity within the children. Don't just throw away the things from the children. Don't just overlook their ideas. Many of us have this habit of overlooking. Different children may come out with different ideas. We should give a thought to their ideas. We should give a deep thinking and understand what exactly they want to tell us. Because from there, some of the best ideas can come. Otherwise, whoever have ever thought that one fine day, this Bill Gates will come out with Windows, which we all are using right now also. And creativity comes out, develops, and when creativity develops, the problem solving quality also develops. Because everyone who is deeply involved in learning, in understanding, in innovation, the first and the foremost method is to how to solve the problem. I'll tell you one small story, because stories sometimes play a very vital role in developing us. There's this story that goes with this engineering college somewhere in some engineering colleges in the eastern part of the country, that these students, they used to sleep in the dormitory, and they used to have these mosquito curtains or mosquito nets, what we call. And this one boy there, he found that in his mosquito net there were two holes on either side. Okay, on either side. And every time these mosquitoes were entering, and he was trying to stitch them, but the stitch was not coming. So not many things he was trying to do, but he could not save himself from the. So what he did, he just took a small paper, rolled it in from our pipe, and put it from one hole to another hole. So what happened? The mosquito, it entered from one hole, crossed the pipe, and came out of the other hole without disturbing, without creating any sound or noise to the boy, and the boys used to sleep peacefully. So that is a problem solving. That is what creativity is. I'll repeat once again. Two holes were there on at right angles to each other. So he took a paper, made it in form of pipe, and just joined the one hole with another, and the mosquito used to pass out through that tunnel, going in and coming out without disturbing the boy at all. So like that. Promote project-based learning. Yes, time and again, we talk about project-based learning. Make children do things with their own. Let children find out the things. Let children discuss the things. Let even people around us. Let us discuss. Let us join hands let us make the things by our own selves. Let us apply our brain, apply our ears, our eyes. Let us write down. Let us cut them, scribble them, join them, rejoin them, and finally come out with the best novel ideas and showcase them. That's how the learning will take place. And in the process, what will happen? Children will understand their limitations, the mistakes they are doing. We heard about the revised Bloom's taxonomy, where they say that go on evaluating, and finally come out with something new, something different. So this will help them in doing that. Project-based learning is Books are required. Without books we cannot move out, but at least from those books, whatever ideas, let us do those things. And I will always say, please don't go for too many projects in the classroom just to spend the time. Take very serious projects that needs real learning, real understanding, real research will go on. Divide it into 3-4 parts, and divide the classroom also into 3-4 parts, and give each team a particular work to do, and see how they all join together in their process of making, and how they will learn from each other. All the 21st century skills will be developed through this project based learning, through collaboration and through understanding. No need of doing individually and wasting time here and there. STEM in the curriculum. How can we make STEM in the curriculum? By the way, someone was asking me, we are doing that. Do you need any special books for STEM? No, nothing like that. You don't have to go for any special books or anything like that. Your own science, your own mathematics book, which is there in the curriculum, can help to develop the curriculum. But how we will integrate them, putting them within the curriculum is more important. And there again, our ideas will be used. So integrating STEM across subjects. Let us integrate. Let us put STEM into the subject. Let us put science, technology, engineering, and mathematics with physics, with chemistry, with biology, and we will get to learn about them. Using a scalpel, we have heard about a scalpel that is used in the biology lab in order to do some dissections and all. So how the scalpel will be used, at what angle it should be pierced into something that we need to do the experiment, and how to bring out a perfect cut out of it, is actually technology, is actually measurement with the help of mathematics. Or simply say another, say if we can give a project work to the children to prepare the school garden by simply taking a water pipe, and watering the plants. That is what STEM is all about. How much water to be given, at what duration to be given, at the what time should be it be given, at what force the water should come, so that it doesn't destroy the plants. So integrating STEM, you have to put across. Use mathematics in science experiments. Yes, in each and every science experiment, mathematics is applied. Without calculation, we cannot do experiments. No? A chemistry experiment, we have to do a chemical reaction. But before that, we have to measure the reactants, how much reactant. And there you require mathematics, there you require physics, there you require technology. The weighing machine that we have, whether we have the beam balance or the latest days the digital machines, but weighing is actually mathematics. You weigh this much of chemical, you weigh that much of chemical, then you go for the chemical reaction, you go on stirring them by using the particular liquid or whatever, how much temperature should be required. This is all a combination of science, mathematics, engineering, and technology. So this is how we will be putting them into the curriculum. Early exposure to coding and robotics. Yes, they are the ones which are, if Himanshu sir is there, he will be able to enlighten us more about at the end of the day about because he's a master in these things, I know. STEM labs, prepare STEM labs in the school. Maker spaces, areas where we can do work with it. Foster interdisciplinary learning. Join one subject to another. Let interdisciplinary learning takes place. And by the way, STEM is not only limited to science alone, or having that scientific bend of mind, people can do it. No, even STEM can be applied in arts, in commerce, in literature. Yes. We talk about Newton's third law of motion. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. How much application it has on our emotions, you can also understand. Very simple, no? If somebody shows gratitude and respect towards you, you also return it back in the same way. If you are a true human being by yourself, what exactly is working over the Newton's third law of motion? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. If Radhika ma'am shows me enough respect, If I am a true human being, I should also reciprocate in that way. Well, application it in that way. We can teach the children in this way, that this is how. So everything is related with science, with so emotions, desires, feelings, respect, honor, learning, understanding, creating, have STEM within them. So STEM is wonderful, I will tell you. STEM needs only understanding. Okay, we'll move a little forward again. Engaging parents and community. Yes, parents needs to be engaged, because in a school, when we'll be developing STEMs in school, we need to bring the parents into the forefront. You need to bring the community in the forefront, and that is what NEP 2020 is also saying. Almost in every page, wherever NEP 2020 discusses about learning and you'll find the involvement of parents and community is always there. That's what they talk about. So create STEM fairs and exhibitions. Either the children themselves can do it, or with the help of some experts from various fields, we can create a STEM fairs and exhibitions, and we can showcase how STEM can be applied in our day-to-day learning, and we can have a beautiful society out of it, and parents can understand it. STEM fairs and exhibitions, and we'll foster curiosity at home. Let the children develop. We'll tell the mothers, we can have discussion with the mothers who already have a vague idea about STEM, a rough idea about STEM, a crude idea about STEM, but we can refine them by telling them, okay madam, you are doing this in the house, let the child also get involved in it, and show him how STEM can be involved. I don't know what they call it in Hindi, but you know that particular type of a knife that we have in our houses. In Bengali, we call it as boti. Boti. The ladies put their feet. Not only ladies, anyone can put their feet on that particular instrument and cut vegetables, cut fruits, even fish, and all these things are cut. We call it as a boti. It's like a bird shape. It's almost like a bird shaped instrument. 100% STEM is applied over there. 100% STEM is applied in that particular small instrument to solve problems of our life. That is by cutting the vegetables in the perfect shape that we need to cook the food. This curiosity needs to be developed. Not only we should talk about rocket science, we should talk about basic science. Then only things will happen in the best possible way. Foster curiosity at home, leveraging digital tools. Bring those digital tools if they're available. Virtual labs and STEM apps can be used. Online learning platforms are there plenty. We can use them also, and promote digital literacy. More and more digital literacy needs to be promoted, so that that exact happenings that can be seen very clearly. And of course, in the house experiments and all. Ensure tech access in all communities. Let technology be accessible in each and every corner of the community. And it is, I'll tell you, it is accessible nowadays. Technology is very much accessible in all the communities. I have seen laborers, lady laborers working in buildings, how beautifully they can take out money from the ATM machines. My mother cannot take out, but I have seen 2 3 ladies who were working as as daily laborers. They went inside the ATM. They just put on they just went on using the keyboard properly, and it's not that they are very learned people or anything like that, and they can easily take out the money. I asked them, how you do it? They said, we know it how to do it. हमको एक बार सिखला दिया गया तो बस अब हम सीख गए. I said, wonders. So that is how the nation is developing. So ensure that technology is accessible to all parts of the community. Inclusive approach, we should be making STEM for all. Gender equity in STEM. It's again, this is something that plays a very vital role. We always believe that certain part of the society are very intelligent. They should only have the access to this advanced learning. Others, no. It should be given to each and every, whether it's a boy, whether it's a girl, whether it's a slow learner, whether it's a fast learner, whoever it is. Support for rural and marginalized groups. Those groups which find it difficult to get access, maximum support should be given to them to bring a STEM literate society. Break the stereotypes, break all those stereotypes. Boys are good in mathematics, girls are good in biology, they cannot go. No, 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 no. Not all those stereotypes. Everybody should be involved. And if possible, offer your mentorship with some scholarships so that children will get more encouraged and they will go for not only children, even others, those who are interested in the learning process. What the government can do, because government has a big work to do in order to support this policies that build STEM culture, national STEM policies and funding. Okay, like CBSE is doing these training programs. Okay, they are conducting these seminars, teacher seminars. They are conducting the national teachers conference. These are some of the policies to promote STEM, to make people understand STEM, to find out where is that permeability of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics that we are talking about. Teacher training and curriculum reforms have to be made regularly. Teachers need to be trained. They should be taught. Public awareness campaigns about this to make the society a literate one. That the government should do. Government is doing a lot many things. Recently, I was in NCRT for 5 years, for 7 days last month, and a lot of things we learned, and a lot of things we came to know what the government's approach towards development of education in each and every field, whether it is STEM-based learning, whether it is health education, whether it is toy-based education, and a lot of good ideas we got from this. I was there, and along with me, some more principals. I think Madam one, this Madam from NTPC school, she was also, if she's present, I don't know whether she's with me today over here or not. She was also there. So we learned a lot many things from there. And research-based STEM practices, how to apply. I think all of you have heard about that. That what do you call that ash, the ash which comes out, from this stone cutting industry, where the stone is cut, and from there solid bricks have been made. That is again a beautiful example of STEM practices. They call it as ash bricks made out of ash, without spoiling, without endangering the ground. Okay, the ash which is available, which comes out, the stone dust which comes out from that stone cutting industry. Okay, that dust is used to manufacture bricks, and very solid bricks come out of it, and they are economical also, and they are very good for building buildings. So future skills and global leaderships preparing for tomorrow. What we know: develop critical thinking, creative collaboration. Critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration. These needs to be developed among the students in the classroom. Understand the global challenges, the challenges that we are facing. By the help of STEM, we can understand it, and of course, we should use technology, or we can use the entire STEM learning in a very responsible and ethical way, because how much science is used in a different way, in an unethical way. And one of the worst thing that is right now going on is the unethical use of AI technology. Artificial intelligence technology is getting misused, and there are plenty of stories which are happening across the globe. So that part we have to keep in mind. And that is why we need to tell our children right from the very beginning that please, for God's sake, don't misuse science. Because if science is misused, it will create havoc in the life of the society. Then all this STEM literacy and everything will vanish away. So that we have to keep it in mind. That temperament has to be developed within the minds of the future citizens to make sure that they don't misuse, because it's really a big problem out there with the misuse of technology. So action plan, what we can do: organize STEM workshops. These types of small workshops where some discussions can be made, and from one discussion another will come out, from another will come out, so on and so forth. If possible, start STEM clubs in the schools, create opportunity and spaces for learning, and build industry school partnership. Yes, develop a joint venture with industries, with the advanced learning centers. And in every state nowadays, in each and every state, we are almost having an IIT, we are having an NIT, a medical college, a university. So the schools can always be in touch with them, right? We are planning to get in touch with the IITs for some of the STEM related work to learn from there. And Madras IIT, I forgot to tell you, Madras IIT is conducting a 7 or 10 day STEM learning or STEM teaching plan for the college teachers right now. Free of course, they will do it. And after that, they will go for the school teachers also. So we can send our teachers also to these higher institutes of learning to make sure they get the best out from there. Respected teachers, one bit of information for you. You can download this book from internet, Teaching STEM in Secondary Schools, written by Frank Banks and David Burlett, where they have given almost everything about the history of STEM, how STEM can be applied, how it can be used in our day-to-day classrooms to learn. This is the book. I will show you if you can see. This is the book. Okay, it is almost 800 pages or something, and you will get a lot of ideas. It's a beautiful book. I have not yet completed reading it. A little bit I have read. The language is very simple and with lot of ideas, with lot of experiments, with lot of information, with facts and figures is given in this book. You can download it and you can compile it and keep it with you for your library, for your self reading and all. So the conclusion is like this. So finally, we have come to the conclusion towards a STEM literate future. If you want to create it, let us make STEM literacy is equivalent to empowered citizens. If people are literate with STEM, they will be empowered citizens. They will be more developed citizens. Their mindset will be developed. More innovations will come out of them. More this critical thinking will come out of them, and that will create a better future for the society. Not just jobs, but informed and innovative communities will be made. Not only just to create jobs and earn money, but information and innovations are also a part of that. That will create an intellectual quality within a human being. So let us inspire and equip and connect through STEM. So let us all inspire our children. Let us equip them and connect them with STEM. Let us make them very strong as the stem of a tree, which will definitely come into your mind whenever you will hear the word stem, which grows both vertically and laterally. Okay, with this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you, respected teachers, for listening. I don't know how much I have been able to put into your mind, but definitely, maybe in one go, in two go, it will not be there, but definitely we have got some ideas. So thank you, Radhika ma'am, for giving us this chance. Thank you, Himanshu sir, for giving us this chance to discuss about STEM. Now, if any one of you have any question, you are most welcome to ask me, and we will have a discussion on that.
Thank you, Surajit sir.
Oh,
Excellent
sir,
session. Excellent session once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. अब
So
आपके
requesting
सामने बोलने से ही
participants.
डर लगता है, sir.
अरे क्या बात. Requesting participants, if there is any query from them, you may please ask here.
Acha, somebody is asking a lot. We have learned when we will get a certificate. Somebody is
Certificate you
asking
will
about
get soon.
certificate.
It gets it's being
Sir will
issued.
answer that question. Certificate
Yeah.
you will get soon. But I will suggest one thing, sir. I will tell the teachers over here they should go and join this annual teachers conference in Patna.
Yeah.
Okay, that will turn out to be a fantastic program.
The dates are extended. You can say log in.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
register yourself.
Even seats are also increased, so one can again just register and go
as per
and see.
As per the CBSE's mandate,
Hmm.
now there are only 2-3 kinds of trainings to be held.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
one such robust trainings, one such series of robust training is the STEM training.
Exactly, sir.
As Surajit sir has already mentioned, that the STEM is applicable in all the subjects and all the branches across the classes and all. So the way the art integration were used as an important pedagogy for the teaching learning amongst the students, the STEM strategies and STEM pedagogies are to be used for all the subjects across the classes in schools now. And this is going to be fruitful. I just tell you one story. One of the very inquisitive principal once asked me very innocently that what exactly is the STEM that we are all so striving for.
Yes, yes.
So since I knew him, he was very, very enthusiastic and working for the students throughout day and night. So I said, sir, it's that which you are already doing. You just have to do it with a little more mastery. That how a student to involve the student to be more quantitative, more inquisitive, that going behind what and how of every content being taught with the robust understanding.
Right, sir.
So
Correct.
for that, this STEM learning is being promoted. So we were already doing, the teachers, those who are very active and effective teachers are already using it. We just have given a new name nowadays. So it's nothing to fear up,
Right.
rather uh, to be more and more precise and grilled up in our teaching. So we have already shared the feedback link. I'm requesting you to kindly fill the attendance link as soon as possible. We've already given 6:15, but since the training is being ended up at 6:15, so I, on my side, am extending with the permission of the president, ma'am, for the next 15 minutes. So the attendance will be recorded up to 6:30. So I hope there is no question further here. And our participants are very, say, learned one. They take it
Yes, yes,
seriously.
definitely.
And your
Yes, yes.
training has been so inclusive that you have, say, catered to all the forum. So thank you once again.
Thank you,
Surajit
sir.
sir.
Thank you so much for giving the opportunity.
Your training had been excellent as earlier today also. And on behalf of Aryavata Swadhyaya School Complex, the president, the founder, chairman sir, the president ma'am, all our vice presidents, the deputy training coordinator, secretaries, I thank all the participants and the resource person once again. And I'm looking forward for the next enriching session the same
Sure,
way.
sir. Sure, sir. Definitely.
So thank you to you all for your patience learning. We had a little later because of some confusion in minds, but nevertheless, the things which ends up good are most effective one. So thank you so much, everyone. Now we can leave.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.